Join us on Now We Consume. Take in the knowledge, take in the laughs, indulge in the topics with us. The Now We Consume podcast will take you through the parts of your day you normally dread. Why suffer through the existential crisis of life alone when you can do it with us? And Now We Consume.
This is not meant to be a conspiracy episode or podcast, but we may cover some topics that dance that line like a toddler dances on their mother's last nerve. This podcast is rated I, for immature audiences only.
If you've ever deep-throated a vape pen just to feel something beside your 401k hemorrhaging, then welcome home. This is the Now We Consume podcast, and I'm your host, Pip. Here, as always, are my co-hosts, Gibbs and Gibbles.
Hello.
Yeah.
You look stunned, perturbed, bothered, confused.
I just don't know what you do on your Saturdays where you try weird things out and then you're like, you know what, this will work for the show on Sunday.
You know, life has gotten to that point where you're sitting home alone and it's just like, I wonder if this does anything. And that's how you end up making out with a light socket sometimes.
Is there a reason why your vape pen looks oddly phallic shaped? Are we figuring this out now? Let's just say,
You weren't supposed to see that vape pen, so you hush your whore mouth.
Fair.
Well, I'm not surprised he saw it. I wasn't rooting through your stuff, apparently, so.
He was just trying to hide from Carly and the tongue of doom.
I was trying to hide from reality because I was holding on to your house for dear life. The earth was spinning without me.
Try not to go up and herb at the earth for a little while, huh?
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. We're not doing that
A
again.
little spicy cube action, and you head up into orbit. Yeah.
You know, I keep saying I'm not going to do it again, but we'll all have to meet up next year anyway, and I'm probably
No, that's this year.
Anyway.
That's this year now.
Sorry, fuck. This year.
We're firmly into 26 now.
Yeah, we're in February now, dear.
It's okay. Take your time.
I know.
So tonight we're going to be talking about something that I hope is fun. I hope you guys listening like this topic, and I hope it touches your tism in a fun and special way. We're going to be talking about parallel universe dream theory. Now, we've spoken at length on this show about how AI will probably be the end of humanity. That's not really in question if you've listened to this show for any length of time. But lately, we've been trying to shed some light on some of the good things that AI can do to benefit humanity before it ultimately wipes us out, so we can at least go out a little bit happy. Maybe not. There's a lot of tech and science we have, and we'll discuss that's still either theoretical or at least in the lab. But I think that it shows that when you combine human ingenuity and the power of AI, the limits really are just your imagination. Science fiction is slowly becoming more and more reality that was based in fiction. And while that's been the narrative for years, in a lot of cases at least, the tech and advancements that can come out of the labs now is actually kind of terrifying. And I mean, we've spoken about that in several of our past episodes. And now in the context of just January and February of this year, this isn't just an internet podcast story. We now have actual REM space and prophetic tech hitting the market. So people are actually beginning to map alternate lives. I know previously in another episode, and we'll touch on it here a little bit later, we talked about how there was a lab experiment where two people in two different laboratories or two different rooms in the lab were able to communicate and share data while dreaming. So that was a big first step in kind of mapping the dreaming neural pathways. And I think that's fucking astonishing that we were able to do that. Being able to play in dream worlds, dream lives, we've all had those dreams that we woke up and it was just like, oh my God, that was fucking awesome. And you kind of want to go back and revisit that dream world again, but you never make it there, you know? So the question is asked, are dreams just the VR headset of our parallel lives? I mentioned in the opening the prophetic technology. There's a prophetic halo using the Morpheus 1 model. It's actually shipping. So this is real world tech that you can purchase and use. It uses non-invasive ultrasound, it's called TFUS, to induce lucid dreaming by essentially waking up the prefrontal cortex during REM sleep. And I had to look this thing up to see what it was. This thing looks way more like the Halo from Vanilla Sky, and we talked about this in our Cognify episode. It looks way more like that Halo thing than it needs to. I mean, it is like scary. I think they just took that Halo concept and were like, yeah, we're going with that because this is what it needs to look like.
Possible.
Very. There's a lot of cases where art imitates life or inspires life, and I think that was one of them. We've talked about the many worlds interpretations before, so if our dreams are actually tunneling into parallel versions of our lives, the halo isn't just a headband. It would work essentially like a tuning knob, or you could be a tuning fork. And we're literally shifting our frequency to a version of us that made a different choice in another year. If you apply that to alternate history tourism, then this is a whole different scenario that you can branch out. And we could probably spend a whole episode talking about just this, if this tech actually performs the way it's supposed to.
If that's the case, my brain is boring as shit because I've gone to the same place twice, unlike most people. I go to a mall and walk around.
That's it?
Really? That's it?
Was it at least a Stranger Things mall?
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Dude, apparently, the alternate versions of me like killing
around.
themselves. Apparently, is what happens in half of my dreams.
What is it?
Yeah, I've literally been to the same mall twice.
I am getting like run over.
Oh,
or like I don't have brakes.
Oh, well, that's
or like something happens. Oh yeah, it's a lot of mostly nightmares. So if you just get to go to the mall, fuck you. That's way more tranquil.
I wonder if that's like a Freudian.
Yeah, this is boring as shit.
I wonder if Gibbs, if yours is like a Freudian analysis of life, just jackhammering you all the time.
Yeah. Here's what could have happened today. Oh no, it's like a freaking like
great.
RPG selector being like, oh, choice number 3. No way.
Mine could just be my brain is so wired for violence that during the night it's just like, you know what? Have a moment.
Yes. Going to a happy place.
Just have a moment.
Happy place. Just
it's not happy though. It's boring as shit.
Well, so if we can stabilize these dreams, these kind of links to another parallel universe, can we use them to test different scenarios? And this kind of ties in more to lucid dreaming, but it would be a different version of controlled lucid dreaming where you can actually just kind of play out a scenario that you got to go to sleep with and have on your mind. What if I quit my job? What if I move to another city in another country? We could live test our lives in the multiverse before committing to them here. You know,
oh, Jesus.
Go for a test drive, essentially, on the choices you want to make. I think that's kind of fucking awesome, honestly.
So, like, another way to avoid page 228. Gotcha.
Basically, yes. That's an awesome way to think about it. Now, here's another kind of cool concept. Think about intellectual property mining. If you dream of a hit song or a movie plot in a parallel reality, or if this is real and we actually are linking into parallel universes, who owns the copyright? Your dream self, you, or the company that made the headband?
Oh God.
Yeah, welcome to the minutia.
Well, if you're going with a multiverse theory, then that's still you. So then that means you own the rights.
You would think.
Just because the company gave you the ability to traverse your dreams like that doesn't mean they automatically get the rights. Unless the end user license agreement tries to pull some shenanigans like that. But even then,
yeah, but whoever reads those
I
things.
can't see. Right. But I still can't see you giving up all rights and reason to that company that's giving you that ability to then go, oh, guess what? You can't, we're going to take whatever you have. No, I don't think so, Bubba.
No, you'd be able to fight that in court. I don't think they'd be able to make that stick. They could put that in EULA all they want, but you'd be able to fight that one.
Yeah.
I think something that had me thinking of was like, if you're talking about the concept of theoretically being able to pull information or experiences from the multiverse, if this exists, and if there's infinite amount of multiverses, theoretically, we would never know, if there's a way to test it or not.
Right.
So it is the weird way of then technically all information is accessible to all people at all times. Effectively.
Yes.
So it's almost like nothing, you own nothing.
Right.
Because you can own everything.
Now, I could see them being allowed a portion of proceeds because they provided the link to acquire the information. And as long as it was a small enough percentage, I would probably be okay with that. Like if it was capped at a few percentages or something, because you would have never had access to the knowledge without it.
But here's the problem is everyone has access to that technology if that's something that's commercially available. So you good luck having, if this technology became commercially common, good luck having a unique or independent or first-time thought, idea, business model, anything. Because effectively, while people are sleeping, if they can access everything, I mean, that you almost, that's like a time dilation thing where you can do whatever you want for 4 to 6 hours a night. I mean, shit. You can't tell me the first person won't be like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or one of those types.
Yeah.
To be like, yes, let's find the multiverse, which is the best way possible to make money. How do I make transparent aluminum? Let's go.
Right, well, they've already made that, so.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, they did make that.
And it wasn't from some Scottish guy talking into a mouse,
Dang.
I was going to say, it's
really
actually not
aluminum.
It's strong, but it's not as strong as they tried to make it out to be.
Right.
It's still really strong, though.
Yeah.
It's a transparent tin at that point?
Yeah, kind of. So we have something that they're calling the theory of non-local consciousness. And it posits that when our physical senses are suppressed during REM sleep, our actual consciousness acts as a quantum tuner for other versions of ourselves. There's some research that came out of Kyoto, Japan, late last year and has already been kind of updated this year that have advanced, and I'm going to butcher the fuck out of this word, oneography, oneography,
Pretty close.
using AI to reconstruct visual videos of dreams from brain scans with roughly 70% fidelity. Now, I think that we mentioned that in another episode because we had talked about people using this to scan other people's brains and whether or not that was invasive because our brains are supposed to be our last bastion of privacy. And if this tech gets into the wrong hands, then are we in 1984 with the thought police? Because, damn.
It would depend on if you've had politicians decide, what you do in your sleep can be bad.
Yeah.
Well, again, this all links back to once something like Neuralink becomes commonplace, you will have nothing that is your own.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but the whole Davos thing of you will own nothing and you'll be happy, that includes your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. That includes your feelings, your emotions. That will include everything about your existence.
You just...
Every time Gibbs talk, I get sad.
Yeah.
Yep, you're welcome.
Used to be me. You just kind of made me remember there was an episode of Black Mirror where to be able to travel in certain places, they have to rewind your memories to scan and make sure that you haven't done something or certain things in a certain time frame. I think that could be kind of like a step towards that direction. Thought scanning, memory scanning, that kind of stuff. This podcast, oddly enough, turns into a lot of Black Mirror comparison stuff. And it's odd because we've never intentionally done that. But I think that it just kind of shows that art imitating life, imitating art is really kind of a big pathway.
Well, just like most sci-fi, it has to be based on some sort of reality, so it's pretty easy to see where we're going to be.
Yeah.
They just happen to be really, really spot on.
Yeah.
Like 90% of the time.
Scarily spot on. Yeah.
It's like The Simpsons.
Uh-huh.
You know? At some point, The Simpsons is right.
Yeah. Or what's his name? It's eluding me now. Tired of the putting the chemicals in the water and turning the freaking frogs gay
Alex
guy.
Jones.
Alex
Yeah,
Jones. Thank you.
Alex, dude, you wait long enough, he's right.
He's
Like,
been right
especially
way too many times. That's what bothers me.
It turns the frogs gay.
Putting shit in the water and turning the freaking frogs gay.
You know what, though? We can't talk about the details on stream, but all I can say is with all the Epstein files that have come out in the last week,
Oh, God, yes.
everybody owes that man.
A huge apology.
Everybody. Because he has been screaming, ranting, raving like a lunatic for 25 years, and all that comes out. He should be allowed to go up to every American and shove his middle finger in their face. like, no, you can't sue him, no nothing, because Jesus Christ, there's so much that's coming out.
Right.
But not to divert, but
Yeah. Diverting is what we do on this show. It's okay.
It makes us better.
It just keeps it entertaining. So if we think of the brain not as a hard drive, but more of a radio, during the day we're tuned into station 1. That's our actual physical life. During sleep, during REM sleep especially, the signal drops and we start to pick up another station. We'll call that station 2. A version of you that moved to Chicago when you were 25, or learned to play the guitar or something like that, or one that's actually kind of similar to you as you are now, except that you're really into feet. Yeah, feet people are weird.
yeah.
Especially with the cream corn fetish.
Oh yeah, or mashed potatoes. That's a big one.
Yeah.
No, don't answer. I don't want to. Actually, now that I think about it, please continue. I don't want to know.
The look on his face said he was asking questions that he just didn't want the answers to.
I realized very quickly, I in fact do not want that answer. Please.
He had questions for me and then realized, oh, Pip is here. He'll answer.
No.
Yeah. Brain caught up.
Yep.
No.
Brain caught up with the leg.
Sure.
Or the leg.
The plunger story all over again.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah, feet people are very weird. They're a special breed. And it's funny how the feet thing gets wired in or gets miswired with the whole pleasure center of the brain because it's like so close. It's just odd.
Is that like, here's a genuine thing. Is that like a trauma thing or is that just more like a chemical like imbalance thing?
Yeah, it's well not so much a chemical thing. It's just the way the brain gets wired. Like those two centers of the brain are like so close that sometimes the wires kind of like sloop over. And yeah.
You know, as an atheist, I don't believe there's a
like,
God, but however, that does seem highly comical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's just like this one comedian joked how, the wife wanted him to blow dry the kid's ass after he wiped his butt to kind of dry it out. And he's like, great, this is going to be a therapy bill in 20 years for him because he's going to go to a prostitute and tell her, just blow dry my butt.
Oh, wow.
That's funny.
Yeah, I guess it's better than high heels and a nut kick. So.
Those ones I really don't understand.
Right?
Right? Or the guys who like to get things tugged on a little too hard.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yep.
You're not starting the lawnmower.
Yes, remember people, pull slowly.
That gives a whole new meaning to a rub and tug.
A tug, not a yank. There is a difference. Let me tell you.
God. Oh, we are so far off
The engine
topic.
going so hard, he's just screaming.
Okay, let's try to steer this back on topic. where were we? If we use 2026 tech, like the Halo headband, to stabilize those signals that we were talking about, are we essentially remote viewing our own alternate lives? Could you learn a skill from your parallel self who actually went to med school? And this is a concept that it's very Matrix-like, but it's probably one of the most promising that this tech could offer. It changes the whole vibe of reality, because we wouldn't be just consuming media. We would be consuming alternate biographies. So if you think about the alternate dimensional cable from the episodes of Rick and Morty, something like that. So imagine a 2026 app, or in the future, 2027, 28, where you kind of just log into your dream self's progress like another LinkedIn profile. And you can just kind of pick and choose the skills that you want to link into, and then go to sleep that night. And, oh, you wake up tomorrow and now you know everything about this topic or that field. It's fucking just, yeah, it's Matrix-like, but holy shit, the potential it offers.
Not only that, but do you get to choose, or is it going to be like, on this night in alternate Gibbs, he's bareback riding an alligator down 95? Like, do you get to choose, or is it just like whatever you happen to get? Like,
it could be a very weird combination. Like, you might have gone to medical school, but it involved you riding bareback on an alligator down I-95.
So I can only do this orthoscopic surgery on the back of a saltwater gator.
In an alternate world, they never developed the scalpel, so you have to use the talons of an alligator. So you have to go to save this man's life. I have to hunt these alligators to get the. You could do some wacky stuff, but that would be the weird
Why'd
thing.
This surgery take 13 hours? It's a 5-minute procedure. I had to get a gator's tooth.
I need a gator. We live in fucking Alaska. That's a tough one.
Yep.
You know what though? I wonder how many. Oh, sorry. You go.
I was gonna say that zoo person's gonna be pissed.
Uh-huh.
You know what though? I wonder how many versions of like the world you could see without like very critical advancements. Like, imagine being like, I wonder how the world looks in 2025 without the invention of the wheel. Click. And just see like what actually happened. Or like, hey, we never developed nuclear weapons during World War II. I wonder how this went. Click. Like, it would just be honestly, I just like scrolling through to see what the hell happened.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot of dead people, that's for damn sure.
Yep.
Be a lot more dead people.
Yeah.
Did you not see the estimates for the end of World War II? If we go,
oh yeah,
we went on foot into Japan.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
you're not wrong.
Massive,
because their propaganda was amazing. They were so scared of us towards the end of the war that they were jumping off cliffs when we take over a village and try to tell them it's okay. They were petrified. They would suicide constantly with the rest of their family. Just jump over the cliff. Bye.
To be fair,
I have a great time.
They shot at our boats.
I mean, yes,
we don't take kindly to
that. That is true.
Yeah,
yeah. You don't touch our boats.
Yeah. I have one last quick interjection before I move on. We were talking about the riding down 95 on the back of the alligator. Do you guys know how to tell the difference between an alligator and a crocodile? One will see you later. The other will see you after a while.
Fuck off.
Wow.
I was like, one freshwater, one saltwater. I know this. And then no, fuck.
One's kind of salty and the other one's just kind of grumpy. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, terrible dad joke for 2026. There we go. So, you guys remember how it was discussed and even theorized at the end of 2024, beginning 2025, there was a new quantum chip that came out. I want to say it was Willow chip from Microsoft. That those chips were potentially tapping into alternate realities to complete the calculations that they were doing as fast as they were doing them. So, what if that type of connection is possible for our minds? So imagine being able to go to sleep, maybe in a controlled manner, and you could essentially just search the various skills or the various realities of you and learn those skills that you've already learned. And this is what we were talking about, is just you have the LinkedIn kind of app, you have the ability to search the realities, and you can pick and choose which reality you want to kind of connect to and harness that knowledge. And I made this point this way for a reason.
Yeah.
Now, it's a very Matrix-esque line of thought. But the issue is that this approach might actually be a lot closer to reality than you would think.
Yeah, well, here's a thought with all that. What if you're using that for like a mental therapy, right? And your whole persona of yourself, your inner thoughts is, I'm worthless. There's nothing great about me. So you're using this to kind of make yourself better, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happens if you really are the worst self of all the realities?
No. If there's infinite realities, there's infinite versions of you. So you can always find a version that's quote unquote better or worse. There's no limit.
I don't know. There might not be a limit, but what if you're just down on that far on the Richter scale that you just find out that I really effed up in life and I should have done this and not done that, and I wouldn't be in the situation I am now?
Then find the one where you figured it out and just follow that one.
Right.
Because again, if it's infinite, that's the thing. There is no like if the multiverse, parallel universe, whatever theory, where there's an infinite amount of options, that means you just got to scroll long enough to find it. Sure, you might be spending the next 97 years scrolling infinitely through universes to see which one's the one that you did all these specific combinations of things, and you're at this point you need the answer, but it would be possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now here,
I'm just saying.
Here's a
that
question.
Could be so bad for your psyche, though.
Oh yeah. It's especially, God forbid, someone's like an alcoholic or abuses drugs or whatever. They get home and they look at that. Eesh. They have to put some safeties on for stuff like that, you know? Or is that the case of, would this technology be so invasive and powerful? I wonder if something like that would just never be available to the public in that way. I wonder if it would be like limited or locked, or kind of like you almost have to go to like a memory parlor kind of place where you can like rent a unit because it's going to be a lot of money and only the rich people have it. Or it might be the case of that it's just so powerful and so influential that might not be available to everybody because the mass panic and destruction that could cause. Because I don't know if people would lose their grasp on reality. If you spent the entire time sleeping,
watching the reaction of a good portion of this country, way it's acting right now, I think that was exactly what would happen.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, honestly, I hate to say it, but a lot of the experiments we were doing in the early 2000s, I really feel like has kind of like enabled a lot of this crap and the stuff to happen. I firmly believe that when they turned on CERN in 2012 and started doing some crazy stuff, all of this is spewed from there.
Yes.
We kind of unlocked
you had the one. Yeah. Well, you have the one experiment that the CIA did where they were trying to see if they could. What was it they were trying to do there? They were basically trying to take a large amount of people and redirect their thoughts and ideas to a certain angle. And now you have that taking place on a global scale where the media is able to 24/7 tell people this is what we think is going on, and then slowly skew the information in such a way that it's making people think, well, this is right. Well, they're wrong. They're the enemy. No, we have to follow this. Or, oh my God, these people are right. This side's the enemy. And nobody's getting a concrete thought of what they should be following. And because of the fact you have AI in the mix now nobody knows what's real. Nobody knows what's true and what's fake. I mean, you have two Democrats in Texas right now that's saying snow is fake. How the hell do we get in 2026 and you got two grown-ass adults saying snow is fake?
Well,
and then you want to intermix this kind of technology into things? Oh my God, people are going to lose their minds.
So the whole snow is fake thing is being perpetrated by a lot of videos where people are trying to melt snow and it's not melting.
Yeah, it's because it's mostly
That's
air.
a chemical issue. Yeah, but that's a chemical issue. Because we're so polluted at this point, I'm not even shocked by that.
But it still melts if they just put it in a warm room. It's that they're taking a blowtorch to it. I wonder why it's like instant melting. It's because like that's not how that works.
Right.
Right.
Not
You take a
that way.
blowtorch or something, it's the same principle. If you have a wet hand, you stick it in a hot metal and pull it right back out. Guess what? You're not going to have a burnt hand because the water protects your skin because it creates that steam barrier.
Yeah.
Same concept.
Well, a lot of people didn't pay attention in science class or in most classes,
Clearly.
like health. So there's a lot of things that they just didn't learn. So,
Yep.
Gibbs, do you want to take this next section here? The plantum phenomenon?
Absolutely.
Oh, I thought that's where we were. Man, I'm totally ahead.
Get with the program.
It's okay, take your time.
No.
In
No.
20, oh,
Wombo.
he, she, we, wumbo. But all right. In 2025 and 2026, thousands of users on shifting forums have reported persistent dream worlds, places they return to every night for decades, with constant geography, people, and alternate memories. I will be honest with you. I don't have one that's consistent every time, but I do have two different scenarios that I will revisit at least once a month.
Oh, wow.
It's like a continuing story.
So I don't have consistent scenarios, but I have a consistent kind of thing that happens, and it happens in like different places all the time. And I'll tell you kind of what it is. It's kind of embarrassing and hilarious. I glide. I don't fly. I don't do anything else, but I can like glide really fast.
That's
And
kinda
it's
cool. So you're
weird.
Frozone.
Frozone kind of, yes, but
Frozone.
moving around places very quickly, and it's like this gliding
So
motion.
fat zone. Okay.
And I don't understand it, but I can get around town very quickly by doing it. I've done it in my backyard, essentially. I've done it through town. I've done it through houses that were
Do you know that
mine.
it requires oil?
No,
Or
it
you
does
look like
not.
a menacing like T-pose, so you look like a glitched out character from an RPG, just gliding.
You
with your
better
arms
watch
straight
out. The oil
just-
companies are going to come
No,
after you.
from what I remember, it's more like a skater's pose. So,
Okay. So you're the Silver Surfer.
so
Right.
yeah.
That's who you are. You know.
So, I hate the ones where you go to the house that you know is yours, but it's not yours because there are definitely things that are different. And then you wake up and you're just like, am I in my house or not?
I have the creepy one. So my house was built in 1739. My house is old as shit, and I have a creepy one where my hallway becomes infinitely long, and I end up walking for hours.
Oh yeah.
And hours, and like there's like an almost infinite echo whenever I talk, and then I finally find the set of stairs, but then for some reason someone pushes me down the stairs and I fall down that infinitely for like an hour. That was a great one. I love that one. Now here's my question: do either one of you feel pain
don't
in your
have-
dreams?
I don't feel pain, but I have woken up with pain in places where I was hurt in the dream.
Now, I have dreamed something that it felt so real that when I woke up, I thought I was still asleep. Like, I fell asleep into a dream and come to find out that I was awake.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
Inception dreaming is
I've had that.
terrifying. Where you wake up in a dream and you're still
I've
in
had
a dream.
that happen.
So like the sleep paralysis,
Yeah.
where you're like still engaged in it, but you're still seeing the dream even though you're awake. I've had that
Mhm.
happen a couple of times. I do experience pain in dreams and stuff like that, so some of those more violent dreams are not very fun. But what I wanted to mention with the sleep paralysis, the reason why I want to bring this into it, do you think that is a
Yeah.
glitch in the connection of you're still
Ooh.
somewhat connected and you're like it's like an error where it's like you're logging out but not really, still kind of getting signal, still trying to wake up, you're like
Lag.
in the middle of like a yeah. Interdimensional lag.
the
Man,
lag
that
God.
sucks. Man, that sucks.
Could you
Yeah.
imagine?
As I had that a couple of times where it was probably the most terrifying experience of my life.
Yeah.
Dealing with one of those.
Now here's the crazy part. What if you can't come out of it and you're stuck in between?
That could explain some mental issues, I think. And I actually have that a little bit later on. So, yeah.
All right, back to it. So, talk about alternate memories here. People are waking up from dreams that have lasted for 20 years in a single night. They have grief for children they never had in this reality. How does society function when half the population is homesick for a universe that doesn't exist here? Yeah, I never had one last like 20 years, but I've definitely had some where like felt like a good 4 to 6 months.
Yeah, a significant amount of time has passed in that dream world. Then you wake up and you're just like, oh. and
oh yeah, you still have all the memories from it?
Yeah, again, it's like that game in Rick and Morty where he plays as the old guy.
That's the only thing. Is like when I have like one for an extended period of time, I do have a big problem trying to remember anything. But I will be aware that like it seemed to last forever. Let's see. There is something known as the law of identity of indiscernibles. If your dream self has your DNA, your brain structure, and your memories up until a certain branching point.
Oh, it's called Roy.
Roy, that's the name. Yes.
Yeah, that was the name. Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Didn't mean to interrupt.
All good. And your memories up until a certain branching point, that is you. You aren't dreaming about someone, you are being them. Which makes sense in that way.
Yeah.
The lateral move, quantum therapy. If you're depressed in this life, but you can't tune in to a parallel life where you're thriving, does that help you, or does it make this reality feel like a prison? Again, kind of like what we discussed before, probably a little bit of both. Depends on how, just like with anything else, depends on how you use it.
Yeah.
You know? Because, I mean, boy, you're going to feel really bad if you end up flipping through that. You're like, wow, I could have been as rich as Jeff Bezos. So you flip through that one, it's like, yeah, I OD'd and died in a river. Okay, let's go to the next one. Yeah, you kind of...
Or you go to one, it's like, oh, I'm a bum on the street sucking dick for $20. Great.
You have a drug addiction. He's just smoking weed. He's okay. Bob Saget over there, you know.
So it's again like anything else. It would be how you use it.
Yes.
You know, assuming though, I think that's assuming that like you'd be able to understand 100% of what's going on. Because I guess that also the other thing to consider is in alternate universes, you're going to see somewhere like the laws of physics might be different, or a lot of things might not be the same, or you're assuming it applies with all the same
basic
evolutionary
rules,
traits. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like you're going to go to the one. It's like, oh my god,
everybody has hot dog fingers.
Well, that's what I was getting at. Is if it's infinite, this could get really weird really quickly.
Or you go to that one alternate universe where they pronounce Parmesan that way.
Yeah, I can't. Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
Aluminium, or however the British pronounce it.
What is it?
Aluminum.
Oh, aluminium.
Aluminium.
Yes.
Aluminium.
Yeah, there's only one eye.
All right, do you want me to continue?
I'm just,
go ahead and finish up that last point.
Dumb American.
Cool. Can this be used for trauma therapy? Replaying a recurring nightmare, but editing the visual files in real time to help the patient overcome the fear. We could begin treating the subconscious like a video file. Yeah, I mean, you could. I wonder how effective that would be.
So that would essentially entail finding an alternate reality where similar events happened with dissimilar outcomes. And you just kind of replay the scenario and tailor edit the outcome to achieve a better outcome and kind of download the after effect, more or less.
I think what I'm realizing in all this is it would take a monumental amount of time. I think this is kind of the problem of the whole thing, is that being able to get all this information, search through all the multiverses and infinite, to be able to find exactly what you're looking for. Holy hell.
Well, again, that's probably what AI is going to do.
No, okay, valid.
I mean, I'm sure the person who got their hand blown apart from a flashbang would definitely be on board for something like this.
Yeah.
What would happen if I didn't catch that? You might have all your digits.
Well, life lesson, kids. If that thing's going to explode, don't touch it. Yeah.
That's
Leave
right.
it alone.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
Did you want me to start reading that, or do you want me to read that, or
Unless
whatever?
Gibbles wants to take this next one. The quantum
I
bleed.
always seem to read. Bleed. It's not that time of the month, right?
Unless you're having your man period. Your myriad.
I say.
Gibbles, do you need some chocolate? Oh.
Fuck no. Ugh. Yeah.
No amount of money.
The data point. Is that orch dash or? Is that what that is?
I don't know. Or theory.
Orc theory?
Orc theory.
Yeah,
Space
it's like
orcs.
some kinda-
Orcs. Yes.
You got the ogre's choice here. With the Penrose and Hammeroff. As of 2026, we are looking for evidence that the microtubules in our neurons are actually interacting with space-time geometry of the multiverse. This explains deja vu. Oh, it's not a brain glitch. It's a moment of coherence where two versions of you in two different universes perform the exact same action at the exact same time. The signals bleed across the stack.
Which is kind of a cool thing to think about, because a lot of the theories of multiverses and parallel universes is that they all exist kind of in the same space, just phase shifted essentially. So everyone's occupying the same space. You just can't see them because different plane of existence, more or less. But if you do the same thing at the same time, that's that kind of deja vu glitch where something just kind of happened. And
And you're both saying,
I occasionally get these like really bad dizzy spells where it's just like a physical feeling, like everything just kind of like woof, like a record under a DJ's hand, like a real bad, twist or something. And it's this really odd sensation where something feels like it changed. And I it's hard to explain, but it happens every so often.
My doctor told me that it's just probably my my heart pressure.
Well, I had all my heart stuff done recently, so my heart is good. I know it's not that. But go ahead and continue.
Yeah. All right. So if the 2026 Kyoto Oneography dream recording can capture those bleeds, we might have our first visual evidence of a parallel universe. We're not looking through a telescope. We're looking through an fMRI scan. This creates a new type of privacy crisis, mind you.
Uh-huh.
If your parallel self commits a crime in their universe and you witness it in a recorded dream, are you now the witness? The accomplice? The law isn't ready for a multiversal testimony. Well, that would also have to entail, are you interacting in such a way that people know that in this realm, you saw this crime take place, but yet in your reality, that didn't take place. So
right.
How would you go back and forth like that? Because then that makes it seem like, okay, we're able to communicate with the other side like that, with the other dimension.
Right. And I think that ultimately is an outcome that people want to achieve. Because if we can communicate with other universes, there's a whole different dynamic that can be had with life and existence in and of itself.
Right.
God, I hope we don't figure it out.
Yeah, no, because before,
like I said before, I'm kind of boring.
Well, before long, people are going to want to try to figure out how to move between realities. Because if we can do it with data, then why not, physical stuff?
Yeah, I will say, though, if we can do that, first thing I'm doing is trying to find a reality where there's magic. And I'm going there. Don't care. I'll make it happen.
The chances are not zero at that point. Right. It is a non-zero chance.
Then I can use the wizard spell testicular torture.
Titanium balls.
That's right.
Or tungsten balls. That's what it
Going
is.
for it.
Tungsten balls. Yes.
Tungsten balls.
Oh, man.
Just to watch somebody drop to their knees going, why?
And then add in manual breathing to it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
I guess my concern will be once we know we have the technology to traverse that means other parallel universes have the technology to traverse it. And I'm not ready for the multiverse of war. Like, if you like, let's think about it. If America has enough nuclear weapons and stuff to take over the rest of the world, imagine an infinite amount of Americas in infinite amount of Russias and Chinas all vying for basically, infinite supremacy. Nah, this is going to get, because the military is going to be the first people to get their hands on this.
Well, think about this, Gibbs. That means there's oil in other multiverses that we haven't taken yet.
I know.
As Gibbs' eyes perk up.
Or there's other universes where the
boy.
United States controls the entire planet. We have all the oil. So we pop over there and say, "Gibby, gibby."
Yeah.
Or there's other worlds that it's like Mad Max, where there are no organized factions. So it's like, hey, we could just conquer this world. It's
Right.
It's gonna get wild.
Very.
So let's hope we never get past the dream thing. Let's stay there.
Yeah. So speaking of the dream thing, we have the sovereign dream. The threat of dream advertising. This is something we've talked about a couple times. Corporations in 2026 are trying to use audio priming to steer these parallel universe glimpses toward consumer products. So imagine that you're finally connecting with your alternate universe wife, and suddenly a 2026 McDonald's ad bleeds into the dream because your smart speaker heard you snoring. It's the ultimate violation of the mirror self. And if you guys remember Futurama, one of the early episodes, Fry was dreaming and he had an ad for underwear beamed into his head, and he woke up and asked about it, was told that that's totally normal because that's just how they advertise to people in the year 3000.
Yeah.
I would commit unspeakable war crimes
that
if someone did that to me non-consensually. But
I already have my next business model right there. Just a Faraday cage for your bedroom.
Yeah. Or you could just use tinfoil
You
and
can have a good night's sleep.
just wrap tinfoil around your head and you have a Faraday cage for your head.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But what if you just want to be comfortable without the hat?
Yeah.
the Faraday blanket.
Yes.
That's
That, yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
The
And the
Snuggie
pillow?
edition.
The Faraday Snuggie.
Faraday pillow. Get you the whole Faraday collection here.
Yes.
That's right.
So we would essentially need the right to an untouched subconscious. In a world where every waking second is monetized, our parallel lives are the last frontier of unconsumed reality. We would have to keep them invisible and make it so that they couldn't be touched, especially when we don't have, I can't think of the right word, but authority to allow the yes or no to accept the advertising. Maybe we don't go to sleep. Maybe we just switch which version of the multiverse we are currently observing. This life is just the one we happen to agree on today. And that could be a form of something that I'm going to talk about here in just a little bit.
Someone in our observation group there also mentioned brain block. Kind of like ad block, but for your brain.
Yeah, that could be a thing. So we have the
But the only thing is, I was going to say before you go on,
Yeah.
I just had this thought. Only thing with that is there's the free edition like AdBlock has now. So every once in a while, there's an update and you get the ad saying, hey, please donate right before you start your dream.
Oh, that'd be kind of torture.
Just
oh,
random
God.
thought.
Yeah.
If I have to pay $1.99 to have my fucking dream after a whole day of working, I will be the angriest panda. I will be so bad.
And you don't do it to just humans, you do it to all wildlife. You watch how fast all the animals are just going to become angry
Well, they wouldn't understand it.
and confused.
They don't know how
Exactly.
to.
Confused would
at
be
same
the
time.
yeah. Oh God, those poor fish. The
All the
octopus might
dolphins
get it.
half awake all the time.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and maybe the dolphins, maybe.
Yeah.
Let me see. The chimpanzees would definitely understand. They would be pissed.
Yeah.
They'd be violent beyond all recognition.
Uh-huh. They would become intelligent and rise up just to piss us off and stop the ads.
This is how we start Planet of the Apes by accident. Is all this
Uh-huh.
bullshit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The first words is going to be, "I will not pay."
I will not pay the one. Magic reference. All right, so we've got the alternate U angle. There's dream architecture. Why do we dream of familiar houses that have extra rooms? And the theory on this is you're seeing the floor plan of your house in a universe where you had extra kids or more kids.
I wouldn't be alive then.
Stranger familiarity, meeting somebody in a dream that you don't know, but loving them instantly or having an emotional connection to them. The theory on that is that you're actually married to them in the universe that you just tuned into. The grip. Why is it hard to remember dreams? And we've all had that instance where we've woken up from a dream that we really wanted to remember, but you just can't no matter what. The theory is the local consciousness is trying to overwrite the non-local data to keep you grounded here and make sure that you stay in this reality and not that one. And we have quantum immortality, dreaming of a near-death experience. The theory is that you actually died in that universe and your consciousness shifted back onto this one before the death actually occurred there. And that could be that could be because maybe there's some kind of a connection where if you die in that one, you die in real life, kind of like in some of the movies we've seen.
Yeah, I've actually seen a thing that posited the idea that, say you wanted to try to prove the multiverse, right? And the way you would do it is you would take a gun, put it to your head, and squeeze the trigger.
Right.
Now, there's gonna be existences or different universes where the gun doesn't go off. You survive. And then there's universes where it does go off. Good night, love you. It does go off, and you die in those ones. But the thing is, how do you prove it? Because you can't, because in the universes where you died, well, everybody sees that, and they're just like, well, guess there's no multiverse because the MFer died.
Right.
But in the ones that you don't die, how do you tell people, look, the gun didn't go off? Obviously, there's more than one realm. Because, you still know that, you're alive. You shouldn't be, but yet you are.
Right. So there's a lot to think about with everything that we've talked about so far. So I have some questions for all of our listeners. And again, I encourage people to chime in either on Discord or Facebook, Instagram, email, whatever, wherever. Hit us up and tell us your answers, because we genuinely do want to know, especially what the listeners think. So the skill swap. If you actually could download a talent or a skill set from one of your most successful parallel selves, but you had to give up one of your current memories or skill sets, would you do it? So an even exchange.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I have a lot of
You
memories
would?
that are fucking
I have
worthless.
quite a few memory. Yeah,
Kidding
I've
me?
got quite a few that if I could forget about it, I'd be happy as hell.
Right. But now that brings up an ethical question. Is it ethical to essentially steal that information and trade it for negative information? You're trading a positive for a negative, that's not a net benefit for them. What kind of a say do they have in that transaction? So
That sucks to be them.
yeah. There's the paradox. If you meet your parallel self in a stable, lucid dream, do you cooperate or compete for control of the body? So you have met yourself in an alternate universe, and you're trying to kind of control things in this dream state. Are you just trying to kind of act as an observer, or are you trying to kind of take over and actually pilot the dream and then the interaction?
Well, considering of all the times I've gone to sleep and woke up, not really sure that's how it works.
Well, again, we don't know. Maybe with the Halo.
I don't know. I know pretty well. I go to sleep every night, and I tend to remember the good dreams there when I'm loose, when they're lucid and shit. And with all the meds I've been on lately, I seem to remember a lot of my dreams.
Yeah,
I don't run into that problem.
Okay. Would you pay a subscription fee? We'll call it $50 a month for a dream tuner that guaranteed you would see the same parallel life every night, essentially letting you live like the movie Family Man with Nick Cage, where he gets an extended glimpse of another life that he could have had. And if you have not seen that movie, I highly recommend it. It's a good one.
Now, when you're paying this monthly subscription, is it where you're given this one universe, you're stuck with it until you decide the next month, hey, I didn't like it, let's try another one? Or is it, you get to pick and choose,
I guess sky's the limit.
Forbid you find out, because God forbid you find out $50 a month and there's only one other reality and it's way worse than what you have, but there's no way to stop the subscription until the 30 days is up.
Right. Like, I would hope that there are some options as far as that goes, but yeah.
I guess my question would be more or less is, do you take any of the psychological effects with you? Or does it just kind of happen, you remember it as a memory without the psychological aspect of it? Only because if you could go to other dreams and other universes and experience whatever you want, yo-ho, I'm becoming a pirate. And I am sailing the high seas and doing whatever the fuck I want. But that being said, I also don't want to deal with the trauma of doing said pirate activities and coming home and being like, oh yes, hi honey, how you doing? Oh, I just murdered 97 people and stole a bunch of shit and did all a bunch of you know what I mean? Like that I wonder, I guess that's my question.
Yeah.
Would you be able to do that without altering who you are as a person?
I would assume that if you're doing that, you would probably carry back some level of information. So maybe. I don't know. It's a very wide possibility to explore. And I would love to have an extended conversation with people on that, because I think there's a lot of very fun and deep concepts that could come out of it.
Oh yeah, like Dream Plus. Okay, yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Just another $1,000 a month, they can wipe the consequences from your brain.
Right.
Yeah.
So the very last and most recent episode of Black Mirror, watch that one. I just watch that one. That's all you got to do. Subscription-based life services. That's it. Any type of subscription-based life service.
Sit on a beanbag chair.
Yeah, no, I mean literally. We've talked about a lot of different things. The upload scenario, the Halos, just literally any kind of subscription-based life service. Watch that very last episode of Black Mirror that's available right now. I cannot remember the name of it, but the guy is trying to support his wife. Watch that episode, because that is exactly how corporate anything is going to take it.
Are you talking about the one with the the guy in the end starts his own videos because he's trying to keep his wife's lucid and everything. Yeah, that one was messed up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Like,
that one's messed
that
up
one,
so bad.
That one hurt my soul a little bit to watch. So, and lastly, the Dr. Jekyll theory. Now, this one was entirely me speaking, and it kind of ties back into the paradox. So, this is what I wanted to posit to all the listeners. What if all of this is true, and while tapping into an alternate reality, it becomes possible to fully and completely latch onto another you and essentially slide into that universe? Or the reverse happens and another you gets into your mind? Could this explain things like certain mental conditions or personality changes? Or if a person's life is going in one direction and they're able to see a way into a different life, could they or would they take it and just overwrite another version of them to do it? And the bigger question on that scenario is, if you take over your own self in another universe, is it murder?
Okay, so there's a lot to break down there.
Yeah, I know there's kind of a lot there, but I wanted to, this kind of came to me when I was writing all the notes here, and this was just kind of one of those like big, deep, dark thoughts that kind of like Zoidberg sandcrapped into my head, and I'm curious to get your guys' thoughts.
Well, I would say, as long as it's just you, if you were to take over your own self, you're really not, it's not really murder in a sense, because it's still you.
But is it, though?
Just with different life experiences?
That it's not you.
It's a whole different universe, dude.
Because that you are the sum of all your experiences. So if I copied you as a clone and then changed something about your upbringing, I don't think that's the same person.
Right.
Mm.
Because I hear what you're saying. Like, technically, they're all you, but if they have different experiences, then they're not.
Because that's the thing. If we're talking like, you know, if every universe is a slight change from every one, and you look at it like, okay, you're in a little pocket of your own universe there, and every time you make a decision, it slowly branches out into millions upon millions upon millions of different universes. You know, since obviously it's not a finite amount of space out there. So then at that point, if you're only discussing like since I can't talk, the universes that were only like slight changes from yourself, that's still technically you. But if you're talking about a change to a change to a change times 1,000, okay, yeah, that's no longer yourself. That's something totally different. But I'm talking like in a situation where, okay, I ate a grilled cheese last week, but then my alternate self ate a Reuben sandwich. And then, 10 minutes ago, I decided to have a drink, whereas 10 minutes ago, I may have decided to go take a leak and come on downstairs forgetting that I wanted to have a drink. If you're talking about yourself in that instance, I can't see that as murder because of the fact it's still technically you. But again, if you're talking about someone who is now removed from you by like 1,000 different choices or 100,000 different choices, yeah, then I'd have to agree that that's really no longer you. And, you could almost argue that that might actually just be murdering yourself.
Digital seppuku.
Yeah.
So Gibbs, what do you think?
I would think because it is a different entity, and if we have to argue that the consciousness can exist outside the body via either upload or to a digital computer, some sort of digital asset, or even to another body, like a straight transfer of consciousness. Therefore, even though something else can have 99.99999% of all the same experiences and upbringing, they would still be different. So I would argue, would it be murder to technically take over another like parallel universe's body? I would say technically yes, but I think the catch-22, because they can't really consent, but then again, it's one of those things like you can't also ask them to consent to something like that. So it's kind of like, it's a moral gray area of like, are you killing them? Yes. Are they independent? Yes. However, can you ask them? No. So is it really a choice? No. It's,
Right.
I guess that's the way I kind of.
Well, I know from my standpoint, if it was me, no matter what, if it's a better situation, it's always going to be yes. Do it. I'm not going to remember anyways.
Well,
One of us is going to remember.
well, you
Go
would
for
though.
it.
You would take like you currently going to another universe. You would be like transferring into that. So like you
Yeah.
would end up compounding.
So then, yeah.
So here's a question for you then. What would you call somebody like a multiversal spirit, or somebody that what they do is they go to the different multiverses of themselves, learn everything they can, and then go to the next one, and then just keep going. Like that spirit, that multiversal person just keeps, harvesting information and data and learning.
The one.
That's what I was
Okay,
thinking.
Neo. Like a multiversal parasite or
The
something. like that.
multiversal ass. Yeah, the multiversal ass. He just doesn't give a shit.
AIDS of the multiverse. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But it could be the case
Nice.
of you could be that person that's just like, oh, this one's cool. I'll stay here for a while. Then, oh yeah, there's another one where I became the president. Bing, goes to that one. Oh,
Yes.
here's
I'm going to start a nuclear war and immediately look for another way out.
this other one. I was Genghis Khan. I'll go to that one. And you just keep fucking.
If you wanted to be
Oh, I don't
a big enough asshole, you could essentially be a multidimensional terrorist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you could. As long as you knew for a fact there was a way out before you started anything, yeah, you absolutely could be an ass of the multiverse.
Yeah.
So you could be Doctor Strange if you wanted, or if things go really bad, you're going to be Dormammu. All
Right.
roads lead to Dormammu. That's
Yep.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wanted to bring that up because I feel like the way that humanity is, the way that some people just inherently are, it's something that could happen. I mean, it can't just be in this reality that some people are just inherently bad or will do bad things. So it was a thought that I had.
I have a thought about this actually. I was just kind of putting all the pieces together here. How much do you want to bet that in the future, companies are going to look at people with healthy bodies that have taken care of themselves and going to say, hey, we could transfer you to a dimension or multiverse where you're a billionaire. We just want your body because someone else, or some rich millionaire who's dying, needs something to live in. How much do you want to bet there would eventually be some sort of business model where they take younger, healthy people that have no chance of doing anything with their lives, either they're crippled with either the economy or debt or anything else, and they say, oh, just, we'll transfer you. It's fine. Just a little button. We'll just transfer you. It's okay. You can go live out your life somewhere else. But we want you in this universe.
That would be a hard sell because how are you going to tell that person, this is what's really happening and we're not just blanking your mind out and we're just taking your body.
Yeah, it's
It's the concept of selling property on the moon.
yeah. Yeah, it's I could definitely see it happening.
No, or if it's like an overpopulation
Of
problem.
course.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I fully expect there would be some, countries that would say, oh, yes, this group of useless people that we can no longer afford to take care of. Bye-bye.
China.
Have
Soylent Green is people.
have fun in the multiversal lottery.
Right.
Just assigns you a multiverse at random and shoots your consciousness out to it and see how you do.
Ooh, you
Everyone
know
else
what?
gets another day of food.
You know what? That could also be used as a very, very weird form of punishment.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think about that till just now.
Oh, yeah.
Send them to a universe where everything is like hell.
Yeah.
Like
But
Event
Event
Horizon.
Horizon, yes, I was just thinking about that. Oh, God. Yeah. That could. Oh man.
Yeah. The whole movie with, the Dr. Grant, they're going crazy.
Yes.
We're going to hell. Yes, we are. Dink. Best way to go, too. He's just with an explosion, baby.
Yep. Yeah, and there's been movies about the whole body swap too. That's
yeah. But the crazy part is with Event Horizon, that was an excellent example of PTSD at the end of the movie.
Oh fuck yeah, it was.
And how the body reacts. Yeah. That was so. Now, all these years later, now I'm older and experienced and everything with life and seeing things I've seen. I'm just like, I watched the end of that movie and I'm like, oh my god, that was like so true, so accurate. It's disgusting.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that was parallel universe dream theory. What? Any other big thoughts, big questions, anything?
I feel like I'm a broken record for saying this. I hope we don't get to this stuff. Like every episode's like, great discussion. I hope we don't see it. It's kind of the only thing is, so I wouldn't mind.
And then some of the discussions.
I wouldn't mind if we could have like multiversal television. Right, that
interdimensional cable. Cool. Fuck yeah!
Oh my god!
Well, even just to see like what different versions of ourselves we're doing, because I would laugh hilariously. Be like, this version of me is a drug addict and he's living underneath a bridge. Look at this one. But like you could kind of have some fun with it, like just watching, even just like purely observer, can't interact, can't say anything, like something like that.
If you like that,
would be funny.
Yeah. Or, it's kind of like that episode, where it's like some cartoons and shows do it where you're watching TV and Cops is on and all of a sudden you're like, hey, that's my house. Hey, that guy's running in my backyard. It'd be something like that. I'm like, hold on. Son of a bitch.
Even if you could do it to where there's other factors that are changed. Like, I wonder if like this different person was elected or if this a different event happened. Like, that would be really, really interesting, and I feel like that would obviously change how our society functions. But that being said, Jesus Christ, the thought of imagine malfunction happens and I get yeeted into a universe where like Earth is on fire all the time. It's like, oh, great, nice. Yeah,
one where
supernova hit, like
one where the first atomic test actually did set all the atmosphere on fire. Yeah,
yes. Yeah. Where it's like,
that was a real concern.
Oh, wow. In this universe, the entire planet is made of butts. It's just constantly farting. It smells like shit.
Oh, God.
Ah, great. This is awesome.
Yeah, that's
I want to go to Boob World.
That would be a great world. My God.
Going in a universe where everybody's made of chairs and people are food.
Yep.
Oh, God.
God, Rick and Morty is so good.
It is good. You know what, though? I would love a version of Rick and Morty, I think, that is a little less silly and more serious.
Yeah.
In the same kind of universe. Like, I'd love, like, maybe a multiverse where they were a little more serious. I do love the show, don't get me wrong. But I wish there was a good blend of that serious sci-fi, but with some comedy.
Yep. Call it Richard and Mortimer.
Yes.
Yes.
Instead of drinking alcohol out of a flask, he's always got a cup of tea.
Next,
or no,
and a monocle.
A tie straw. Have you picked up Starfleet Academy?
I have heard about it.
No.
I haven't started watching it yet.
So I have a few small gripes, but overall, not bad so far.
Okay.
So,
because I was hearing one of the issues was that it seemed like Starfleet overall, compared to how it was portrayed in the 90s, is way less serious. It used to be more kind of formal and educated and kind of upstanding, where now it's not as serious as it used to be, which I felt kind of got rid of a lot of the vibe, because I liked the vibe of it seeming better than everyone else. Now it's just kind of the same, if you get what I'm saying. But
yeah, a lot of that has to do with the lady they cast for the main role.
Yeah,
but that's just her personality, and a lot of it's fitting for the character.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure if it's the right direction or not. But I'm just kind of I'm trying to be open with it and let it play out.
It's not bad because I did like it. I did watch like a couple of like previews and like part of an episode. I'm not saying it's bad. I miss the more, I guess, formal and more thought-provoking, more intellectual discussions in old Star Trek. But who knows? We'll probably get back to that at some point. Although, shout out to the Picard series for actually being more like the 90s in that spirit. But
Yep. But all right, I think we can go ahead and wrap up the episode. So thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Again, if you have questions, comments, or answers to the questions that we've asked, hit us up on the socials, Facebook, Instagram. I think we're still posting stuff to TikTok? ?
I think so.
I don't know about shorts if any have gone out lately, but question mark.
I'm sorry, I've been working, so
yeah. All right, we'll try to do better with that kind of stuff, but the life keeps lifing, but we'll be here week after week, hopefully. But
apparently our TikTok is as dead as Hitler.
Wow. Okay. Glad this is it right at the end. We could maybe edit that up if we have to.
That is a no word.
That's
you said another no word.
I'm not saying
no,
it was
no,
on.
You said it.
That was on our Twitch.
No, you said the no word. I gotta get you a list of like
all
stapled
right.
to your forehead.
Yep.
Here are your
all the no words get stapled to his shirt.
Yes.
Oh, geez.
Is that part of the merch we could do? We have Gibbles' no shirt. I just list all the stuff that you specifically can't say. Oh, man.
It's up to 7 words you can't say on television.
Yep.
Yeah, except your list is like 37.
Jeez.
It's the same word repeated 36 times, plus the new one.
And then one other word.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
But all right, guys. Thanks again for hanging out. And if you have anything, send it our way. But other than that, we love you all, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.